When you do this, you don't have to put all that sunblock goop on your neck and your ears and whatnot. And it comes. Hi, I'm Gil at Going Away Guide. I'm Regina's husband, and I've been a fisherman my entire life. Today we're going to talk about packing for a fishing trip, what equipment do you need, and how do you get all this stuff in the smallest amount of space for travel. I grew up fishing, primarily fly fishing, and I've done a lot of backpacking, so I know about getting the best equipment in the smallest amount of space. So, let's start with clothing. I'm wearing your classic fishing shirt. It's made of polyester. This is a classic color. Obviously they come in all different colors, different brands. This one's made by Nautica. There's also excellent shirts made by other popular brands. These shirts protect from the sun, they protect from the wind, and they're very lightweight, so you can wear them even on very hot summer days. Now this is my actual travel bag that I take fishing. It all fits in here. This is another fishing shirt I like. This one's made from Under Armour, and this one is the same idea, but it has a hood. On cold days, on high sun days, sometimes the hood is very helpful because it helps protect the back of your head, keeps the bugs off, and protects the entire back of your neck. So some type of high-tech water wicking shirt is very, very important. Glasses. You gotta have good glasses, folks. I have invested in prescription polarized glasses. You can see they're a little oversized, they fit closely, they fit all the way around, and these offer excellent protection from the sun and allows me to see my fly or what I'm fishing for. So invest in a good pair of glasses if you can. Continuing on. Sometimes cold weather comes in, sometimes it starts to rain. You need a shell. This is a very special shell. It's waterproof, windproof, it's very, very light, and it has the hood. I tell you what, folks, you can wear a shell without a hood, but you will regret it. The hood makes all the difference when it's raining or it's windy or it's cold. Get some kind of shell, packs up real small, real light, and you can use this year-round. Obviously, when it's colder, you can layer with it, but an outer shell is very, very important. Hat. This is what I call the Foreign Legion hat. It's made by a number of companies. This one's made by Glacier Glove. Here is the Foreign Legion part. This part protects your neck and it protects your ears. This is a crucial piece of equipment. You can see when you have this and your sunglasses, you can see perfectly. This covers your ears and your neck. Very, very important. When you do this, you don't have to put all that sunblock goop on your neck and your ears and whatnot, and it comes off real fast. It seems like it's hot, but in the summer you dip it in the water and it becomes an air conditioner as well. So a good fishing hat, very, very important. I like this type with the backwards covering cloth. With that is the buff. Some people call this a gaiter, some call it a neck warmer. It's all of the above. It's stretchy, it's thin, and when used in conjunction with your fishing shirt and your fishing hat, it offers excellent bug protection, sun protection, very, very versatile. If you're on the boat and it's cold and windy, up it goes. I used this down in the Keys when the sun was brutally strong. Even under a protective cover, sun was beating off the water. So a buff such as this covers all the exposed flesh. Very, very important, this system. Now, like they say in the military, one is none. When you just have one of something and it breaks, you got none. So you always want to have a backup of something. Here's my Born to Fish hat. It's just a plain old ball cap, but if something were to happen to that, it gets blown off in the water or something, it's nice to have a lightweight spare, pretty much for everything. Now, continuing on to gear. I like to be able to get everything in one bag. Now, since I'm a fly fisherman, I of course have my fly vest. We'll do another episode sometime about what you want in a fly vest, but here it is. Got all the stuff I need to fly fish. Now, here is something that I took on many, many trips. I inherited this from my father, who I think inherited it from someone else. This is an old Shakespeare rod that is reversible. It works as a spinning rod and it works as a fly rod. All you have to do is change the handle part here. Now, this is made by McGill, right in McGill, Denver, Colorado. This is probably 50, 60, maybe 70 years old. It's not the best fly rod, it's not the best spin rod, but it is the best combination rod. And this has gone with me on many, many different trips up in the mountains. It has tremendous sentimental value with me. And you can see how small it is. It fits almost anywhere. Now, as far as fly fishing equipment, it all fits in here. What I have found helpful for me, you just use big plastic bags. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. I've got my main flies here. This is kind of like my repository. And then on top of this, I've got my small fly box that I take with me. It's got my dry flies, my hoppers, and my nymphs all in one box. And you can see there's different boxes here. Here's a bunch of my nymphs. Once again, these are small boxes. Don't take much room, and it's very easy just to store them in a simple plastic bag. Since I'm a fly fisherman, I like to have all my reels. I've got floating, I've got sinking, got weight forward, and a spare. Remember, one is none. So here are my fly fishing reels. Fits easily in that bag. Now if I'm spin fishing, I have some little spinning reels. I really love Shimano, and in this are all my spinning needs. Got my hardware, my spoons, my spinners, whatnot. Some slightly different ones here. Got some clear bubbles. Something we'll talk about in future shows is that you can use a clear bobber and get flies out. So you can fly fish with a spinning reel and a spinning setup. I love Shimano. These are little Shimano reels. I have 2 of these. Remember, one is none. But these are so small, you can load them up with 6-pound test, put them on a spinning reel, and you can spin fish as well. And notice it's small, it's all fitting in this one bag. Now also in this bag is my, of course, second pair of sunglasses. These aren't as fancy. These are called glacier glasses by Varney. These are actually glasses used up on glaciers in the mountains, but they cover the sides. They're very, very nice. They're not prescription, but they are polarized, and they're a good spare to have. Other equipment you might want to consider is a fishing net. Now this net folds up, and it looks, wow, look at this. It folds up. It's really, really tiny. It's a nice net, but if you're in fast-flowing water, this tends to fold up. It doesn't have much integrity, so I've had a little trouble with this net over the years. If I'm not super cramped for space, I will bring a reel net, and this attaches to my vest in the back. But a nice strong net in flowing water is something that's nice to have if you can. As far as rods go, I love these little graphite spinning rods. See how they compact together? This is made by Cabela. They're graphite. I've had these for decades. I don't even know how old they are, but you can see how small they are. They've got a little cap on them, and all I have to do is take the cap off. They assemble into a very nice little spinning rod. You put this with the little spinning reel, and you've got a great spinning setup in very, very small amount of space. Now when it comes to fly fishing rods, I really like the 4-piece. Nothing will wreck your day like snapping a rod. These rods have been around. I inherited these from my dad. These are 4-piece Orvis and Sage rods. You can see they can go in a very cheap little case. It doesn't have to be fancy, but this can strap to your backpack. You can duct tape it to your backpack. Very, very small. I recently purchased a 4-piece Orvis, the Clearwater series. This was a real nice deal. It wasn't very expensive. It came with a matched reel, matched line, some flies. It was a nice little outfit here. I'm very happy with the Orvis Clearwater 4-piece. I like a 7-weight. I know a lot of people like 3-weight and 5-weight rods. I tend to fish in windy conditions, and I like to go for big fish, so I like more of the 7-weight. But anything between 5 and 7-weight should work for most applications. And you can see you can get your rod in a very small and safe, compact unit here. Other things in my bag, I've got these towels here. They're very tiny, but it opens up into a really big towel. It's really nice on rainy days when you're washing up, when you get wet and slimy. It's really nice. This one is called Sea to Summit. Works very well with microfiber technology. Boy, look at all the stuff in here. I have a mosquito net. There's nothing worse than getting tortured by mosquitoes. Look how small this net is. It weighs almost nothing. You can put it over your head on those super buggy conditions. Don't forget your sunscreen. Now, the mineral type, made of zinc and whatnot, are really good. I don't use much of this. I could put it on my nose and my cheeks because that's really all that's exposed. I like these. I also like the solid sticks. I don't need much, but you need it in the right places. Mineral-based sunscreen, very important. Got to have your bug dope. The more DEET, the better. This is one particular brand. You got to have some of this for your ankles, your hands, and whatnot. So you got to have a tiny container of DEET. Also in here, the flashlight. This is very rugged. It's made of plastic. It's very rugged. It's made by Dorsey, and it works every time. I'm very happy with it. You always need a flashlight at night. It sucks to get stuck out at night and you don't have it. Here's another fishing reel for the fly rod. Fits in there very easily. Sometimes you're out, you gotta go number 2, you gotta do your business. A light plastic trowel can make all the difference between doing your business in a eco-friendly way. Dig a little hole, do what you gotta do, cover it up. This little trowel is very helpful, and it's very light. And a final piece of equipment here is my knife. This is a very sharp knife. I keep it sharp. You always need a knife. You never know when. It's always nice to have a super sharp knife in your bag. A few more little things that might add to your complete fishing experience. Got a little side pack here. For your glasses, you always want to have some type of retaining strap. People call them croquis after a particular brand, but these are always nice to have on your glasses, especially when you put a lot of money into them. You always want something for your fishing licenses that's easy to access. Remember, they always pull you over, and if you don't have it, they're not very happy about that, the rangers. Another little thing, you can have a tiny little thing of toilet paper, always comes in handy. I always like to have a little cord or something here. And you always want to have a little duct tape. You can have a little thing of duct tape here, pre-made. Or I just took this duct tape. It was the end of the reel, end of the roll. I smashed it down. Look, it takes up no space at all. Yet you have that ever important duct tape for when you need it. So there you go, folks. Oh, of course, and one more thing here. Here's my multi-tool. Different brands. This one's made by Gerber. I really like my Leatherman multi-tool as well. This can really get you out of a pinch as well. So if you have your knife and your multi-tool, you're set for most emergencies and situations. I also happen to have some waterproof matches here. A lighter also works, of course. It's nice to have one of those as well. So there you go. There's all the gear you need for a successful fishing trip. You can see it all laid out here. Doesn't take up much room, and it's what you need. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found that helpful. This is Gil for Going Away Guide. Happy trails.